together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. I know I'm a few minutes late. I was yakking with my wife. I told her that I do a good impression of Bernadette Peters, but it wasn't Bernadette Peters, and we were trying to figure out who it was. It's actually Madeline Kahn is who it is. So, no, I don't. I probably won't do the impression. Most of you probably don't even know who Madeline Kahn is anyway. I'll do it. Tired. Tired of playing the game. So tired. I love doing impressions. So I've been doing them almost all my life. So today we're going to be talking about guidance and change. Guidance will be coming out of the guidance will be coming out of a reading. Change is just something I kind of added on. And I'll get started about 3-minute mark. If you give me 1 second, I shall return. Yeah. Thought I'd throw a little color into this. Yeah. This is my favorite Spider-Man shirt. Let's see, it's a spider. My hair is so out of control. I'm trying to grow it long and it's curly, and this is what starts to happen. But you don't care. So let's move on. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I look like Fabio today. Welcome to Daily Trudge. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Let's talk about change first. They say that pain is the touchstone of all change. Okay? And it certainly starts out that way with people that are alcoholic. Okay. When we started this program, we don't come to the program because everything's going well. It's not how it works. AA is the largest organization that no one wanted to be a part of. I didn't want to be a part of it, but that's how it turned out. And I've had to accept that in my life. Just like any other thing that happens to us. Maybe you break a leg or something happens, and you're gonna need the courage to go through these things. Right? Change is gonna feel uncomfortable when you're not used to changing. Okay, but it does get, I don't know that it necessarily gets more comfortable, but you get used to it. Right? It kind of becomes a normal thing. And how are some of the ways that you're going to know that you're changing? Well, the first thing that tends to happen to alcoholics when they're changing is drunk dreams. Yeah. Drunk dreams is actually a very, very good indicator. A very, very good. Well, I'm your friend. Hi, Ingrid. That's awesome. She's in a rural area. It's hard to get out there. So that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, Ingrid. You need some face-to-face friends. You do. Not all your friends could be in Colorado. So I'm very happy for you. A female friend, even better. Well, I kind of assume that. I did assume that. They better be. So that might be one of the first things that happens to us, and it's an indicator that you're getting better. Drunk dreams are actually, I know they're scary. I know, I have drunk dreams every night. Okay. I'm used to them. I wake up, I'm like, drunk dream. Right? Mine goes way beyond that. My dreams are not healing. But that's what dreams are supposed to be. It is your unconscious looking for the answer. That's what it's doing. Okay. Because it's looking for an answer because you're changing. Okay. And it's going towards the only answer, the only solution that it knows: drinking. Okay. So I know they suck, but if you have a drinking dream, it's an indication. Usually happens around the, I don't know, 4th step. Why? Because that's when change starts to happen. We don't do much change in steps 1, 2, and 3, but once that 4th step hits, it's going to hurt. It's going to bring up some old stuff. Okay. Well, your brain is going to try and figure this out. That's its job. Okay. If you're newer, don't listen to it. It's full of crap right now. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your tummy in the beginning. Okay. It's going to know a little bit better on what to do. That's where your intuition is. That's where our morals lie. And when I was drinking, I certainly did not listen to my tummy. No, I listened to my brain. And it almost always invariably made the wrong choice. Left to my own devices, I am going to what I will do is make a very selfish decision. Left to my own devices. Okay. So change is good. Change is good. It is also uncomfortable. If you are uncomfortable, you're changing, and that's good. Okay. We're not supposed to be. Okay. There's a difference between being comfortable and having serenity. Okay. So I thought today's daily reflection was pretty good. I like it. This is a guidance, and anything that refers back to as Bill sees it, I like to kind of read. Anything that takes us out of the big book or the 12 by 12 that teaches a little bit more, I like to do. Because there's a lot of information out there. A lot of information. And heck, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I'm still coming up with, there's a lot of repeating topics, but every now and again, something new come up. Bing. Like I've noticed that, emotional sobriety is making another comeback again. Okay. That was written in 1958. And it shouldn't be new. We should have been using it for years. Okay. I use emotional sobriety at the 6th step, 6th, 7th step. I will pull out emotional sobriety. Because emotional sobriety is about not using other people for who you are anymore, period. All right. The coming of faith, and this is all Bill's writing. In my own case, the foundation stone of freedom from fear is that of faith. A faith that, despite all worldly appearances to the contrary, causes me to believe that I live in a universe that makes sense. The simplicity. And when I keep it simple, I can start to see these things. Because my brain isn't trying to connect to something that isn't there. It just isn't there. Okay? It is created by worldly clamors. It's funny. I see all sorts of people on Facebook, but I never see them in real life. What am I saying? I'm saying, what I'm saying is life doesn't come with filters, friends. Okay. I've never put a filter on here, not once. I come on here pretty shaggy looking sometimes. Yeah. I get lazy and don't shave. Okay. But it's a universe that makes sense to me now. Good evening, Patricia. Good night. Good night, Patricia. Try and do it your way. To us, that means that the conversation's over. It's good to see you, Patricia. I love you. Got some good. All my friends are showing up. To me, this means a belief in a creator who is all power, justice, and love. Justice. I love that word, justice. I do. I am a big fan of justice. I love to create justice. Don't do that. In order to create justice, you got to create problems. Okay. I've always imagined myself as a superhero, even in my dreams. I fly. I do all sorts of stuff. Right. But justice and love. Right. Yeah. Life doesn't work that way. You're going to need to leave the house at some point. Somebody's going to see your real face. Okay. I've never been much for makeup. I don't like girls that wear a lot of makeup. Just not big on it. I see that line right there. I just kind of like, what are you hiding? Yeah, we're in this together. And it doesn't matter where we're at. We're still in it together. A destiny to grow, however little and halting towards his own likeness and image. It's what I'm doing. I am striving for perfection. You bet. Okay. I'm not gonna make it. I know that. Okay. Yeah. I hear you. I got a zit right here. Plain as day for everybody to see. Who cares? Yes, I'm 53 and I still get acne. And I won't let it, it's life. Okay. So, toward his own likeness and image. And that is what I'm striving for. Okay. And that's the guidance that I need. Okay. So, before the coming of faith, I had lived as an alien in a cosmos that too often seemed both hostile and cruel. In it, there could be no inner security for me. I'm not touching it. Okay. I'll put something on it. I'll put something on it so I don't touch it. Maybe I need a cone. Hey, Trevor, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I like this last one. Before the coming of faith, I had lived as an alien in the cosmos that too often seemed both hostile and cruel. When I was drinking, this world was cruel. It was mean. It treated me horribly. Yeah. Because that's what I put into it. I got exactly what I deserved on it, right? All right. This is a letter. This part was a letter written in 1966, I'm sorry. Yeah. And when we're cruel, what do you think you're going to get back? When your life is about, you attract what you are. So if you are a cruel person, you will probably attract more cruel people. I got lucky that way. People in my life were not that. My wife is, I don't even think she knows how to be cruel. Like, like I could not count on her for revenge. But isn't that a good thing? All right. When I was driven to my knees by alcohol, I was made ready to ask for the gift of faith. Now, you know, we're bombarded by a lot of things. Okay. We are. And to think that we have been taken down by a liquid can be, it's a pretty big blow to your self-esteem. It's like I can handle everything else that's going on, but when it comes to alcohol, for some reason, this liquid has total control over me. My thoughts, my actions, everything that I do. And that's scary. That could be very, very scary once we actually realize it. But gosh, it can take a long time for somebody to realize the damage they are doing. This is the number one thing I hear. This is the one denial comment that I hear. I'm not hurting anybody else. It's the one thing that we want to believe. Okay? I wanted to believe it. I'm drinking alone, not by myself. Who else could I be hurting? The fact that I'm isolated is hurting people. It was hurting the people that love me, that I lived with. I was made ready to ask for the gift of faith, and all was changed. Never again, my pains and problems notwithstanding, would I experience my former desolation. I saw the universe to be lighted by God's love, and I was alone no more. You know, that's probably one of the biggest things. I still go through bouts of loneliness, but it doesn't have to do with my alcoholism, where I feel set aside from the rest of my peers. But I don't stay there for very long because I have a lot of people in my life that know what I go through because I've been honest with them. You know, people that I work with closely, like Pastor Marcia. She needs to know what goes on with me because we work together a lot. And one day I may be like, I just can't leave the house, and she needs to know why. All right. So, but because I did that, you know what happened? I ended up with more support. Now there are people, now if I can't show up to the club, there are people who can cover me, that can take care of it. See, it doesn't need to be just about me, you know. And guidance can really come from anywhere. I don't know how many times I've heard a newcomer say something that I needed to be reminded of. It happens all the time. Yeah. And I know it can get pretty frustrating how we repeat, but I need it. I need it to be repeated. Why? Because time will go by and I will forget. Yeah. Now, this part is written by another alcoholic, and we don't know who they are. So, as I began to understand my own powerlessness and my dependence on God as I understand Him, I began to see that there was a life which, if I could have it, I would be chosen for myself from the beginning. There's that chosen. Okay. Now, that's your decision. You get to decide whether you're going to be one of the chosen one or not. You get to make that decision. It says it in the big book. I think it's on page 17. No, I think it's a little bit further than that. That's Bill's story. It says, what was our decision to be? What was it to be? I'm feeling a lot of relief. I don't know about all you, but it's been a good week. It's been a good week. It is through the continuing work of the steps in life and the fellowship that I have learned that there is truly a better way into which I am being guided. Yeah. Now that I'm open-minded and I'm willing and I'm honest, it is a lot easier for me to be guided. Okay. The one thing I do not do is close my mind to all things. There are some things that I know do not work for me. They are off the table. I know that hanging out in a bar will not be good for me. So I don't do that. Okay. There's no reason for me to, if I have a reason to be there, great. But if I don't, then I don't need to be there. Just like everywhere else in the world. As I come to know more about God, okay, I feel like God was my first successful relationship because it was. And then I base all my other relationships off of that. Okay. And I keep it very simple. It's a give and take basis, 50%. Okay. Now, sometimes that may, I like to use my wife and I in this, like right now, she isn't feeling well. So I'm doing, when I'm sick, she does 80%, but when she's sick, I do 60. It's kidding. I was just trying to make a joke how men are wimps, but it didn't quite work out. But sooner or later, it works out to 50-50. See, here's the thing. If you just give, I give 100% of the time. That's the problem. There you go. There's your problem. You answered it. Stop giving 100% of the time. It will serve you no purpose. You have to take. Those are the benefits. Okay. That is called a balanced life. Because what about the gifts that other people are trying to give to me? If I don't notice them and appreciate them, they will stop. I'm able to trust his ways and his plans for the development of his character in me. Quickly or not so quickly, I grow towards his image. I grow towards his own image and likeness, or her, or it. Yay. This room is a mess. Maybe that's what I'll do. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. It's been the Daily Trudge, and that was good stuff. So, absolutely. Gotta laugh. Gotta laugh. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out and have a day.